it's Sarah Trivedi. Today I'm going to show you how to make this mini Minion cake. And the best part is, it's fondant free. I don't like using fondant. Yes, it does look perfect, but I kind of like the rustic look of frosting. Plus, your guests won't be picking it off when they eat it. I hate waste. I used a vanilla cake in a 6-inch pan, and then I just cut it into 2 layers. I made the second tier, which is a 4-inch tall cake out of Rice Krispies and marshmallows. This one is Dave. I put some yellow buttercream inside a piping bag fitted with a quick icer tip. And for the filling, I actually love to have a little surprise in there for the guest of honor. I like to choose their favorite chocolate bar and break it up into pieces. So for this one, it's Reese's! So then you just chop it up into little bits and put it onto the frosting. And then just make sure that you add some frosting on top of some of the Reese's so that the next layer of cake can actually stick onto something instead of sliding off the chocolate. I smoothed out the frosting with a hot butter knife. You could use an offset spatula, but mine's a little too big for this little 6-inch cake. So I just use a small regular butter knife, and I like to dip it in some hot water, then wipe it off, and then frost the cake. I added the second 4-inch cake tier, which is Rice Krispies. Because it's so light, I actually didn't need to have any support on the cake, so I just plopped it right on. I then added blue buttercream around the bottom rim of each cake. I used a basket weave tip, but you could use any tip or no tip at all. Next, with just a coupler as the tip, I added 2 eyes. Wait like 30 seconds until the buttercream crusts, and then you can just pat it down with your fingers and shape it better. Add some black buttercream around the side where the eyes are. I always mix some cocoa before I add the black food coloring, just so it's actually dark brown, and then you add black. That way you're using less food coloring and your mouth won't be all black. With gray frosting and a writer's tip, I went around the eyes many times so that it could stick out more. Again, smooth it out with your fingers once it crusts. I added the smiles, and for Bob I wanted that big goofy smile that he has. If you make any mistakes, don't worry about it. Buttercream is so forgiving. You can just take a knife and wipe it off. Next, with the writer's tip and white frosting, I just added a line on the top part of Bob's mouth. I wanted them to look really happy, and so when you're smiling, your eyelids are kind of down, and so I added the eyelids in. For Dave's hair, I just used black licorice, and I cut it into little pieces, little strips. I made sure that the one end was pointy, and then I just shoved them into the center of his head. Only Minion could have ugly hair like that and still look adorable. I had a little pink tongue for Dave because he's hungry for himself. And it's done! Look at all of my overly ripe bananas that Dave is drooling over. So ripe.
Banana.
And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this cake video. I know that it was a little bit on the simple side, but I think it was still really cute. Subscribe if you want to see more videos related to cake decorating, dance, or singing. And stay tuned for the next cake video, which is going to be a Disney princess doll cake.